Hi guys, this is going to be a quick video to show you guys how to log into SAM and to submit an assignment. All of our cases that are going to be done online, as well as our unit exams and our final exam, will be taken via this software, as well as any pre-tests that you might have to do. So to get started, let's go ahead and log into Blackboard. It's going to be the easiest way to find the URL for the website. You should be able to go over here to the left of Blackboard, go to the Course Home tab. And somewhere on the Course Home tab, you should have a folder or a link for SAM cases and exams. Inside of that, you probably find a link for some text-based instructions if you'd rather read. And then there's a link to the website. So currently the link to the website is sam.cengage.com, which is CENGAGE.com, but there'll be a link there on Blackboard in case it updates. Now when you get to this website, your username is going to be your full NWAC email address. So you can see my example there. It's jgamel@nwac.edu. Make sure to include the @nwac.edu portion or the login won't work. Now if you've never logged onto this website before, your password is simply going to be 123456. So 6 digits, no spaces, nothing special going on, just 123456. Okay? Now notice that you actually have an option to create a new user. We're not going to be doing that. Your account should already be set up for you. Your username is your full NWAC email address. Your password, if you haven't changed it, is 123456. So you're just going to fill that in and you're going to hit login. Now if this is the first time that you're logging into the website, it's going to give you a pop-up and ask you for I think it's a 16-digit activation key for your SAM license. If you purchased your book from the NWAC bookstore, those will be bundled with the SAM activation key. And that's actually going to look like a little cardboard cutout. It'll say something about SAM projects and assessments. If you have done that, go ahead and get that cut out, break the seal, and inside the top flap should be your access key. So you'll have to go ahead and at this point enter that in so that you have access to the website. Now if you have not purchased your book from the bookstore, or you already had your book and you need a key, there are a variety of places where you can purchase a key, but a word of caution is if you need to buy your key separately, contact me so that I may send you the exact information that you need, because there's about 9 or 10 of these things floating around out there online somewhere, and a lot of them will not work with our website. There's a lot of different versions of this exact same key, and we need to make sure that we get the correct one. Otherwise you may not have access to some of the projects or some of the exams and so on for the website. Okay, so assuming that you got it from the store, go ahead and enter it in and you should have access to the website. And at this point, once you log in, your SAM page looks something like this. The first screen that you'll be presented with is this activity calendar here. If we take a look at it briefly, this is actually not a very good way to display the information to you. It's very clustered. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. So I would suggest actually just kind of avoiding this page. What we're going to do is go over here to this activity list, and it's much more discernible what's going on. Now to get this set up so that you can actually start working on pre-tests or cases, there's a few things that we need to do. First thing that I want to point out is that all of these buttons right here are actually filters. If they're orange, it means that the filter's on. If it's black, it means that the filter's off. So I'll give you an example. Right now the only thing that's showing up for me is this reading, which is always available. Now there's actually a lot of stuff assigned for this course as far as cases and pre-tests and exams that I should be able to see, but I can't because this always available filter is on, right? That's only showing me the stuff that's always available. So what I need to do is click over here on this button. That's going to remove that filter, so that filter's turned off. And now I can see everything that's assigned for this course. Some things are available now, some things will be available in the future, and then there are cutoff dates and things. Okay. So some other filters that you can mess around with. The things that we're mostly going to be doing on here are the exams, the projects, and the trainings. Right now we mostly care about the exams and the projects. So if you'd like to go ahead and turn off the readings, the paths, and the trainings, that would be fine as well. Okay. So the thing that I'm going to demonstrate is how to submit a case on SAM. So once you're at this screen and you've got your always available filter turned off so you can see it, let's say that we wanted to work on Word Tutorial 2 Case 1. We'll go ahead and open that up. Now, if you have not submitted this case before, you're going to have a set number of attempts in order to score your assessment and get your grade on it. Okay, you can see that I've already used one attempt here. So I have 3 attempts left in order to try to get the grade that I want to get. Okay, so you can submit each of these right now up to 4 times. If you do not like your grade on the first 3 attempts, you still have the 4th attempt to try to improve your score. And I will take the highest score out of your 4 attempts. Okay, so let's take a look at this. After this pops up, that just gives you a little information. You can press Start. This is going to give you some information about the case. Most cases are presented in this format. You basically have 3 different things here that you have to keep in mind. One is the instructions file. This just tells you exactly what you have to do to accomplish this case. The second thing are the starting files. So most of the cases you will not develop from scratch. You'll actually be given a document to start out with. And then the third thing is where you actually go to submit this. Now, unlike our tutorials or any cases that you may be assigned out of the book, these cases actually submit back to this website. They don't go to Blackboard. They're automatically graded by the SAM software, so we have to send them back to this website. So let's go ahead and pretend like we're going to accomplish this case. So the first thing I want to do is download the instructions to see what it is I need to be doing. I'm just going to open that up. You can see here, if we scroll through this Word document, these are all of the skills that it's trying to get us to learn. There's an overview of the project, and when we get to step 1 in the instructions, this is the first thing that we have to do. So the first thing that we have to do that we're going to have to accomplish in each of our cases is to rename the starting file. Notice that it starts out with an _1 at the end of the file name, and we have to rename it the exact same file name except change that _1 to an _2. Okay? So that's also present right here. This is the file that the website will accept for submission. If it is not this file name exactly, it will not accept it. So if you ever have any trouble here saying there's a message that'll pop up in red denoting that the file names do not match or this is not the file that's expected, you have to make sure that you rename that _1 to an _2 before it'll allow you to submit it back and accomplish your assignment. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back and look at these instructions. So there are obviously a lot of things here that we'd have to do in order to complete this case and get a good grade on it. I'm going to pretend like we will have done all of those things and give you an example of submitting this. So the second thing we have to do, once we have the instructions open, we need to also download the starting file. So I'm going to choose to open it up, and then I'm going to go back into Word immediately, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now you're probably going to want to save this to your folder that you keep all of your tutorial files, or your flash drive, or your shared drive at NWAC, your network drive there. Wherever you're keeping all of these, just keep them all together. I'm actually going to go ahead and save this to my desktop right now. Now remember, when I go ahead and save this, I'm going to want to change this _1 to an _2. Be sure not to change any other part of the file name, and go ahead and hit save. And let's just pretend that I have accomplished this entire case and I'm ready to submit it, which I haven't, so I should expect a pretty poor score on it at this point if I try to submit it. But I've gone through the instructions, I've completed the file, I've renamed it to the _2, and I'm ready to submit it. So I'm going to go to Browse, and it's on my desktop right here. If it's not on your desktop, you're going to have to go find it in your files and folders and browse for it. Now, because my file names match, it doesn't give me an error, but if they did not match, it would be a red message down here kind of complaining about that. Okay, so now I'm going to hit submit, and once you do that, you should get some check marks saying that you've submitted it correctly, everything's gone fine, and that is basically how to submit a case. There will be another video showing you, if I actually close out of this, there's a reports area that will show you your grades on these cases and things that you submit, and there'll be another video showing you how to do that.